sky and earth. Together, we will explore one of the most demanding and fascinating advanced exercises in the Stott Pilates repertoire, the bicycle in the air. It is a simple exercise, two legs pedaling in the air, but in reality, it is a work of neuromuscular craftsmanship. Because here, every vertebra, every muscle, every breath counts. We don't pedal to move forward, but to ground ourselves better, and that is the true beauty of this inverted movement. Phase 1, we will talk about the imprinted position and full grounding. Before anything else, it all begins in the imprinted position, lying on your back, legs parallel in adduction, ankles in plantar flexion, arms extended, palms facing the floor, and shoulder blades stabilized. It is an image of calm, precision, almost silence. And yet, beneath this apparent stillness, the whole body is preparing. I invite you to feel the power of a stable intention here. Nothing is left to chance. Every millimeter of placement is an invitation to activate, organize, and contain. You are not lying down. You are in silent dialogue with gravity. And in this preparatory posture, the engagement of the transversus abdominis already sets the tone. You are preparing to shift into inversion, but never leave the earth. You carry it with you through your breath. Phase 2, we will talk about sequential mobilization and a spine that rises. We inhale, and as we inhale, we gently flex the hips, bringing the legs toward the torso. But we do not pull, we invite. And in this invitation, the spine joins the dance. It mobilizes vertebra by vertebra from the coccyx up to the upper thoracic region. No rushing, no force. It's not a tilt. It's a rolling up as if you were lifting a pearl necklace, one bead at a time. And at that precise moment, the transversus plays its role as conductor. It maintains abdominal pressure, supports the lumbopelvic region, and allows this controlled elevation. The spine doesn't escape. It frees itself in a spiral, like a perfectly controlled DNA helix. The legs then rise parallel to the mat above the head as if suspended in space. But here, nothing is improvised. This inverted position is not a destination, it is a transition. Phase 3, we will talk about suspension between effort and lightness. In this suspended posture, you place your hands on your back to support the lift of the pelvis. But be careful, the body is not carried by the arms. The strength of the center dominates. The weight remains in the upper back. The spine remains flexed, and the center stays engaged. You are now going to initiate the cycling motion. One leg extends at the hip, the other comes into flexion. And here, the full art of Pilates comes into play, because it is not simply about pedaling, it is about stabilizing while the body shifts off axis. Each time one leg descends, the other rises, and this asymmetric flow creates a huge demand for stability in the pelvis, the shoulder blades, and the spine. You are both in movement and in stillness. A small anatomy focus on the tibialis anterior and the extensor digitorum longus. In the bicycle's inverted position in the air, the legs may seem suspended, but a true muscular architecture sets into motion to the toes. Two muscles often forgotten in this equation play a discrete but essential role, the tibialis anterior and the extensor digitorum longus. The tibialis anterior originates on the lateral surface of the tibia, the upper two-thirds, the interosseous membrane, and the crural fascia. It inserts on the medial surface of the medial cuneiform and the base of the first metatarsal. It allows for dorsiflexion of the ankle and inversion of the foot. This muscle plays an active stabilizing role during the foot's descent. When you pedal in the air and the leg comes down toward the mat, these muscle brakes control the motion and give the foot that elegant tension forward. It supports the line of the lower limb and prevents the foot from collapsing, especially at the end of the exhalation. The extensor digitorum longus originates on the tibia's lateral condyle, the fibula's anterior surface, and the interosseous membrane. It inserts via tendinous expansions on the middle and distal phalanges of toes 2 to 5. It allows for extending toes 2 to 5, dorsiflexion of the ankle, and slight eversion. This exercise contributes to the complete lengthening of the leg and maintains tension in the toes. Its activation participates in the continuity of the gesture and in maintaining a proper axis from the hip to the tip of the foot. In Pilates, we often speak of the invisible thread that lengthens the leg to the toes. Here, that thread is real. These muscles, in synergy with the deep flexors and the foot's intrinsic muscles, create this sensation of controlled momentum. They are not drivers, but fine regulators. A neurofocused touch with the description of the central and peripheral nervous systems at play. What I particularly love about this exercise is its ability to activate the entire nervous system's architecture. To maintain an inverted posture, synchronize the legs, and coordinate breathing and stabilization, your nervous system is in intelligent hyperactivity. The central nervous system, composed of the brain, including the cerebrum, cerebellum, and brainstem, and the spinal cord, acts as a global processing center. The motor cortex programs the sequence, the cerebellum adjusts the balance, and the spinal cord organizes the reflex coordination of agonist and antagonist muscles. The peripheral nervous system transmits commands in parallel. It includes the cranial and spinal nerves, nerve roots, plexuses, and muscle motor terminations. In our Bycicle, the motor peripheral nerves activate the transversus abdominis, the hip flexors and extensors, the scapular stabilizing muscles, and the foot's intrinsic muscles. Meanwhile, the sensory fibers return information on position, tension, and pressure. This sensory-motor loop is orchestrated constantly between afferents, what the body feels, and efferents, what the brain commands. And this dialogue in Pilates is movement intelligence in action. With each leg cycle, your brain integrates pressure variations, adjusts muscular tension, and corrects trajectory. The sciatic